I know it's been a very, very long time since I've made a video. I think it's been about 2 months since I've made a video. I've been really busy in the last 2 months working on a couple different exciting projects that have taken up just to swell up my time, and I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I got this lens back in June, and it's an adjustable parfocal Cine lens, and DZO makes a series of these lenses. They have primes, they have adjustable zooms. This is the parfocal adjustable zoom for the 20 to 55, which I believe there's another variation, the 55 to 135 or something, 125, something like that. Anyway, I wanted to talk about this lens because for me, it's helped me really think differently about my work in a way that I didn't expect. I've always been in the tent of your camera body is one of the most important things, and while I do think that that's true, this lens has helped me understand the difference between shooting with photography lenses and Cine lenses. And I previously had not ever used a Cine lens. I had looked at videos on YouTube of, people that were using comparisons between the Sigma and the Cine, and to me, it didn't seem like that comparable of a difference. But on the other side, now having the experience working with this lens, I can tell you that it's just completely changed the look and feel of my work. Before I give a full review of this lens, I want to just kind of talk about why I got it and what so far it's done for me. So I got this lens for a new project that I'll be launching soon. I can't talk much about it at the moment, but it is a trailer for a book that my friend is writing. And in our discussions about the project, the look and the feel, I needed to have a character. I needed to film in a character that my current set of lenses didn't. And in all honesty, I was looking at anamorphic lenses to use for this project, and of course renting before I buy. But when I discovered the DZO film, I used it and I pulled the trigger on buying it pretty immediately. So what attracted me about this lens was the character that it kind of brings to what you film. This is a lens that you want to bring on if you're looking for something that's a little bit more grainy, a little bit more edgy. The lens kind of offers this very slight chromatic aberration that, in my opinion, doesn't detract from the quality, but gives it more of a anamorphic feel to it. There's sort of a soft bending around the edges that you get with this lens that you don't get with any other photography lens. And I know as I was piling through reviews on this lens and other lenses before I bought, a lot of people were complaining that it's not as sharp as a digital lens. And if that's the case, I don't mind it. But for my kind of work, it doesn't necessarily matter. There's a character about this lens that for me is really attractive. It's unusual, and because of that, I like that. I feel like my work looks and feels different than other people. So going back to this, the kind of reason for getting this lens in the first place was I wanted a narrative feel, and I just wasn't feeling like my current set of lenses, which were all photography lenses, were able to do that. It felt kind of processed. It felt a little bit like the images were too sharp, and I wanted a little bit more softness. I wanted a little bit more mystery flow. And I know those are not like technical terms of which you would describe an image in any sort of film project, but for me, that's what I found really appealing about this lens. Was maybe it is its imperfections, but I think that the image that I've been able to find and discover with this, I wouldn't be able to do with a digital photography lens. And because of that, it's kind of changed the way I'm looking at filmmaking and the way I'm approaching my film, knowing that I have this optic I can approach things from. Now, I only have the 20 to 55, so there is a limited range of which I want to get, but most of my work is run and gun, as I've talked about on this channel. So I'm not really looking for those really high compressed on a tripod type things. I want something that's mobile, and I want something that I can kind of pick up and run with. Now, all of these things that I've said are positive things, and overall I've had a great positive experience with this lens. I will say that as somebody who doesn't use a follow focus, moving into this realm without one, it's definitely made me consider buying at least a focus wheel. With the precision that this lens has in adding focus, you need to train your muscles, you need to train your body to be able to catch that focus as you go. And especially at first, being able to learn where the placement of the dials need to be in order to capture, kind of get a familiarity took a bit of time. I shoot all of my settings manual anyway. Like, I've been pulling my manual focus, I've been adjusting my aperture manually through focus wheels because I've adapted my Nikon lenses to the Ursa, so I'm used to adjusting those settings on my Ursa manually anyway, so there wasn't that much of an adjustment going to this lens. I'll say my only real problem with this lens is that its build quality is almost too good for what I'm doing, if that makes sense. Like, and my equipment is not necessarily up to scale with what this build quality of this lens is meant to handle. So, for example, as I mentioned, I don't use a follow focus. I'm pulling focus from the lens. I'm using my hand, and because of that, when I'm mounting, when I'm on these shoots and I'm working 8-hour days, running, moving, in whatever circumstance, after a while, having my hand rested on the lens, I'll actually start to lose circulation in my hand, and I've had to be mindful when on these longer days I'm using this lens and I have, I'm carrying it myself. I'll have to be mindful of that because the lens is so heavy, front heavy, because it's an all metal build, that it's really easy for that circulation to get cut off. So that's not a problem with the lens, it's more of a user function, and it's a scale of my, adjusting to this lens that I haven't yet gotten for my Ursa. And part of it is okay because I don't have that many days where I'm holding this thing for 8 hours straight. I have had a couple, but even then and still, it's been tolerable, and I haven't had any issues with it. What's great about DZO is that it comes with a PL mount and also comes with an EF mount, and of course because I'm using an Ursa and I also want to double this camera with my C200 for work, I keep the EF mount on, and that has been great and fine so far. So yeah, today's video is about the DZO Film Pictor Zoom lens, and if you've looked at any of my projects recently, you can see really anything since June has mostly been on the DZO Film Pictor Zoom lens, and I love it. So far, I'm really digging this lens. It's affordable for what you get. I mean, it's affordable, adjustable zoom for like $2,200 that gives you this kind of image. And by the way, I'm shooting on it now, so if you see kind of, I don't know if you'll even be able to tell the difference. It's hard to tell over YouTube, but yeah, so I mean, that's basically it for this video right now. I did just want to give an update on this lens. It's been great, and I'm really loving just how it's changing my work, being able to zoom in and out and not have to readjust focus in the field when I'm doing run and gun, and it's helped me out a lot, and I'm really grateful for that. So that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't liked, comment, or subscribe, do so. I'm going to have a lot of more content coming out soon, and hopefully some more BTS, because I know this channel is very much lacking that, and I'd love to bring more of the people that follow this channel along with me on shoots. It's just sometimes hard when you're a one-man band, but hopefully we'll change that soon and get more people rolling. So thank you so much, and please stay safe, take care of yourselves, give yourselves a break if you need it, and thanks for watching. All right, bye.